Today I visited Thames Town, which is actually not anywhere near the River Thames. It is in Songjiang, which is on the far out edge of Shanghai, about 1 hour drive from where I live, and I have to say it was a bit weird. They've done their best to get loads of the features that you'd find on a shortbread biscuit tin bought from a tourist shop in England. They had red telephone boxes and even some of the trees and plants that you'd find in the UK. All the houses had been designed to look like the UK. I started off walking around the outer edge of the town with houses looking like suburban English houses, and they were actually pretty nice. I eventually found a map which was absolutely useless as it didn't actually tell me where I was, so I had to look around and use landmarks. There was a big old church full of scaffolding, and they've tried to make loads of little squares, a bit like London, and even have some of the statues and cenotaphs that you find, but they had nothing on as the designers clearly just thought they were statues. They'd done their best to do carbon copies of shop fronts, but instead of Poundland and souvenir shops, they were just actual normal toy shops and clothing stores, but most weren't open. I went through different eras of Tudor-looking houses, and I thought I'd found a pub, but unfortunately in China, it is never a pub. On to Oxford Street, looking for the hustle and bustle of Topshop, Primark and an old HMV, but it's pretty quiet with nothing that I wanted. Loads of random statues of famous British people like Sir Winston Churchill, James Watt, Charles Dickens and Florence Nightingale, but it got a bit odd when there was one of Harry Potter and Pierce Brosnan, who apparently starred in the film 007. Another winehouse was closed before walking back into the suburbs to see a random communist logo in the middle of canals and houses. Arriving at a music square with no music, spending a few minutes walking along the side of the river where the water was actually not that dirty, I'm guessing actually cleaner than the Thames, before seeing another random cenotaph at the side of the road. So, I don't really know what to make of this town. Like, it's nice. It's the second time I've been to one of these towns. The previous one was Venice. And do you know what? Like, it's much better than Venice. Venice in Hangzhou was, gosh, it stank, it was dirty, there was no one there. At least, like, this place is kind of busy a little bit, as in there's a few people around. You know, there's cars and stuff like that. So, it's just weird. Like, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And do you know what? If they got some nice restaurants here, then I could imagine myself coming here, but yeah, it's kind of just decorative.